So, I'm here to talk about The Ridiculous Six. I actually willingly sat down, put Netflix on, went to it, clicked on it, hit play, and sat through the movie. I took a bullet for you guys. You owe me. The Ridiculous Six is Adam Sandler's latest abortion to comedy that has been put on film for us to watch. It stars Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, Taylor Lautner, Jorge Garcia, I don't know pronunciation, Terry Crews, Luke Wilson, Nick Nolte. And it's directed by Frank Coraci, or Coraci, whatever. The man who's directed, here's how many Adam Sandler movies he's directed. The Wedding Singer. Love that movie. Waterboy. I really enjoy that movie. Click. That was the beginning of the end for Adam Sandler. That's the exact movie where it started going, whoop! The Zookeeper! Here comes the boom. Blended and The Ridiculous Six. The guys worked with him a lot. And this is the story of Adam Sandler's character White Knife, also known as Tommy, by Nick Nolte. And he is a white dude raised by Native Americans because his mother was killed when he was very young. And his father, he gets reunited with. It's Nick Nolte. He's like, hey, I made you, and yeah, I'm your dad. And then Nick Nolte gets like kidnapped by these criminals because Nick Nolte was like a robber, and he owed them money. So Danny Trejo's like, you're gonna get me the money, because Danny Trejo's in this. So Adam Sandler sets out to rescue his father, and along the way comes across a lot of siblings. He has a lot of brothers that he didn't know about because his dad went out there, spread his seed everywhere he could, and took off, much like my father did in the 90s. So White Knife and all his brothers get together, and they're all gonna go try and rescue their dad by robbing like bad people who rob banks, stuff like that, to get new money to pay off the bad guys. Yeah. And listen, let's not hide anything. This is an Adam Sandler movie post 2005. There's an exact date, 2005, where the quality just kind of stopped getting through the barrier in the writing process, and it never made it to the screen. And he's had Hotel Transylvania 1 and 2. Those are like his saving graces, where somehow he was in a movie that was good. But really, fucking Pixels, I haven't even seen that yet, and I won't. Unless they put fucking Pixels on Netflix, I'm not watching it, because I made a promise to myself. After a certain point, I was like, I'm not gonna go to a movie theater to see an Adam Sandler movie and pay for it. I refuse. I'm not doing it. I'm not subjecting myself to it. But at home, in the comfort of my home on Netflix, I was like, we'll give it a try. And I made a promise to myself with this. This movie is probably not going to be very good, and I'm going to do everything I can to just try and make it through, to review it for you guys, so it can then be put on my worst of the year list, which will be coming out in a couple weeks probably, something like that. And that was it. There wasn't an enjoyment factor. I did not expect to enjoy the movie. It was, listen, it's going to be bad, I know this, and then just suffer through it and put it on that list and review it for you guys, and that was the only point to it. And this movie pretty much met my expectations. I expected a pretty god-awful movie, and I was given as much. There was no surprise watching this movie. So as I said in the beginning, this movie is this is Adam Sandler taking a little tiny twig and shoving it up your dick hole. There's nothing pleasant about it. I gotta say this, Adam was kind of a personal hero for a little bit when I was younger, okay? As just like a really funny dude, I could go watch an Adam Sandler movie, and for the most part, they were almost all really funny, and I really enjoyed them. I was like, yeah, he's like the funniest dude in movies. And then I first off, my age switched from like 10, 11, 12 to like 14, 15. It just went ding, and something got aligned where I understood things better. But also his quality too changed. It just went, he turned it a little bit too far, and it broke, and then the quality control was gone. I'm Obi-Wan Kenobi on the volcano. I've just cut off Adam Sandler's limbs and I set him on fire. And I'm screaming at him, you were the chosen one! You were supposed to bring balance to the Force, not join the dark side! That's me to Adam Sandler, because that's what he's done. All he's done, he's joined the dark side of comedy. Don't try, okay? When he gets down to write a script, alright, what are we gonna do? Well, first off, let's not try. Do as little as possible to make as much money as possible. Okay, fucking stupid people like comedy. What do stupid people like? Farts, poop, other potty humor, getting hit in the balls, silly voices, sex jokes, racist stereotypes, casual racism. Is that enough? Can we put that in 2 hours? Yeah, that's pretty much what this movie is. A lot of casual racism and shitty potty humor. And I don't want to be the one to be like, that's fucking racist. Because who am I to say? Well, I mean, I'm technically half First Nation Native American, so this movie has a particular, well, there's Native Americans in it. So it's like, alright, I wasn't personally offended watching it. It felt like it's the worst possible satire they could come up with. Because that was their excuse. It's not racist, it's satire. Because in the olden days and stuff like that, in older movies, there was a lot of racism or casual racism, and we're satiring that. Call it casual racism if you want. I will, but you know, satire. It's not good satire. It's the weakest possible fucking satire there's ever been in a movie. And there was like Native Americans that walked off the set. It's like, I don't blame them. And also, I want to bring this fun fact to you. I even looked it up to make sure I wasn't just making shit up. The reason this is on Netflix is because Sony, who's been making Adam Sandler's movie for a long time, they're done making movies with him because they're all fucking shit. They're all shitty pieces of crap that make a certain amount of money because dumb people will still go pay to watch it. But for the most part, they're all fucking garbage movies, and Sony's like, we can't take it anymore. All you do is make shitty movies. Get the fuck out. And so they're done. They're done doing their dirty deal with the devil, and now Adam Sandler went to Netflix. So now we've got 3 more Netflix movies coming. I want to make a promise right now. I will watch his next 3 movies that go to Netflix with this special thing. I sat through this one because I had to, but for the next 3, I will sit down to watch them and try to be open-minded, which will be very, very hard, but I'll try. And the second the movie screams at me, we're shitty, we're not trying, don't waste your time, when the movie basically is yelling that at me, and I know it, I will shut it off and just review it anyway. Because that's what I felt during this movie many times. I even kept track of it. I put it in my notes. I had to write down the exact time points. 7 minutes in. Kind of bored, and it's not going to get much better than this, is it? 25 minutes in, Rob Schneider shows up doing a sort of casual racist stereotype, and then a couple seconds later, I want out. And then 30 minutes in, I would have left the theater for sure and not looked back. So within the first half an hour, the movie slapped me in the face so much that I wanted to leave. And I forced myself to sit down and stay. I could have shut it off. Hour and a half, don't care anymore. So apathetic, I might fall asleep. I remember I was sitting there and I was just like, everything's happening. I don't even have the energy to be mad. I'm just staring at it like, like there was nothing left in me. So yeah, the movie doesn't do a very good job, really. It was there's a donkey or a burro, and it shat shit out of its ass. And I was like, you're fucking not trying, are you? That's the easiest joke. And I thought it too. I saw Rob Schneider and a donkey. I'm like, when's the donkey gonna fart or shit? And it didn't only shit, it projectile fucking diarrheaed. And a joke so bad they only did it 2 more times. Only 2. It's amazing they had that kind of restraint. Oh, fuck! I hate this movie, but let's keep going. The worst joke in this movie, can I be honest? Poor John Turturro gets dragged into this, and here's the joke. Alright, you're inventing baseball. And so the Ridiculous Six are gonna bump into him, and then, yeah, they'll just basically, yeah, we'll play this sticky ball thing, and then it's like, oh, strike. Oh, it was too low, it was too close, it needs to be in the strike zone. Oh, strike 2. No, it was actually 3 strikes. Like, it's just them making references to how baseball's played. And I was like, skip. Actually, fast forward that scene because I sat there and I'm like, I know where this is going. There's no other jokes. It's just baseball rules. I'm skipping. Skip. I'm fucking done with this scene. Then we get the acting. Adam Sandler. He doesn't try in his writing. Why try in the acting? Just have him sit there. Hey, I'm Adam Sandler. I can barely talk because my soul's fucking black. I'm sure it's almost a reflection of how he must feel on the inside, knowing he's been cheating the public by making the lowest possible common denominator piece of shit movies, that his soul has turned black and rotted up and died, and now it's just ash in his heart. Because he's not trying, just low voice, try sound slightly Native American and white at the same time. Like, that's all he's doing. Terry fucking Crews. I love Terry Crews. Everything I've seen him in Cheeseburger Eddie, love him in Longest Yard, okay? White Chicks, like everything I've seen him in, I love him. He's got a charisma that I enjoy watching. But in this movie, it's just Terry Crews being Terry Crews. He's entertaining because he's got charisma, but it's not really acting per se. So I love it. But as far as best performance, I'm gonna go right over to Taylor Lautner. I know that, what the fuck did that come from? But Taylor Lautner gives the best performance in this movie because I felt like he was trying really, really hard. There is not an inch of Jacob from Twilight in this. There's no shirts off, abs out Jacob. There's no brooding. It's Taylor Lautner playing a fucking idiot. That's what he's playing. And is the performance a little annoying? Yeah, but he committed to it, and I'm like, he's really trying to be an idiot. He's doing a good job. I believe it. Is it kind of just obvious and everything? Yeah, but the performance he's doing, he's committed, and I can tell. And that's just, what the fuck, how'd that happen? Luke Wilson, the guy's never had charisma. He's never been an entertaining actor to me. I'm sorry. Him and his brother both. At least Owen has the broken nose, and he's like, wow. Luke doesn't even have that. I'm sorry. I've never liked Luke Wilson in a movie. The guy's fucking boring. Rob Schneider's another racist stereotype. Surprised? Not me. Holy shit, what is this? Number 872 for him? And then Jorge or George Garcia. Oh, fuck. Yeah, Taylor Lautner was annoying. I'm like, this is gonna be hard to watch, I think. But you know what? The damage he could have done on his own might have been really bad, but it got so diminished. I was like, Taylor Lautner didn't bother me because we had I'll just call him Jorge Garcia, I don't care. I don't know what the fuck he's doing in this movie. He's like, if you took Attila the Hun from like Night at the Museum and then removed his brain surgically and told him to act. Tell me, did that fucking entertain you? Because I had to watch that for 2 hours. That was fucking annoying. Wow! Yeah, that was really... Adam, you wrote that into a script, and then you said, okay, that's good. That'll be our main character. Main characters you're supposed to like. You're supposed to be entertained. And that's the main character? Fuck you! Every second that guy was on screen, I wanted to fucking die and shut the movie off. That was annoying, and I really... That's the part... When he showed up, I believe it was 30 minutes in, that's when I said, I would have left that fucking theater. If I paid good money and went to a theater and drove an hour and a half to see it, I would have got up and fucking left. That was annoying. God damn. I am yelling a lot right now because this movie pissed me off. Okay. Tone it down to like 2 because I was up there at 12. So yeah, the movie's bad. It's just... Nothing about it's entertaining. It's all bad. Vanilla Ice is in here too, doing a horrible performance. I can't even speak anymore. I can't put words out of my mouth because the movie's just... Every second I see her talking about it, Adam Sandler is just poking me up the dick hole with a stick. Like, he called you shit poop, right? Adam, really? Fucking slap you in the face. If I ever met you, I'd call you on your shit and say, listen, you betrayed me. You betrayed me as an audience member and fucking punch you. The movie's not funny. The characters are either boring and bland and stale and just forgettable and there's absolutely nothing fucking to them, Luke Wilson and Adam Sandler, or they're horribly annoying. Taylor Lautner a little bit, but he's so overshadowed by Attila the Hun, basically. Fucking... I don't even remember what his fucking name is in the movie. George Garcia horribly overshadows Taylor Lautner to the point where Taylor Lautner didn't even bug me because there's George Garcia there. That's fuck. I hated that. And Rob Schneider just, even his racist stereotype shit just kind of washed over me. Like I can't. When that's in the room, it's hard to notice all the other horribleness. Terry Crews is charismatic and awesome. I enjoy him. They gave him shit to work with. Absolute shit. Handed him a pile of shit with a pen sticking out. Like, here's the script. You want to add anything to it? He said, no. And he just tried to be charismatic as he could, even though he's like, I can play the piano with my dick, because that's fucking funny. Is it horribly racist? I'll leave that for you to decide. It's casually racist, maybe a little bit. It's just horribly stereotyped, horribly written, unfunny. If you're fucking 2 to about 10 or 13, I can understand you'll enjoy it because you don't think too hard. But really, if you sit there as an audience, you should demand more from your comedy. Not like, no, you're fucking stupid. Fart, poop, ha ha, laugh. That's all he expects of you. Demand more from your comedy. He does not want to give that to you. He wants to give you the lowest possible effort to make a fucking movie. The only part I kind of liked is Nick Nolte, because it was technically a connection to Warrior, because Adam Sandler's white man name was Tommy, so I was like, Tommy, you're my son. I'm Nick Nolte and I'm fucking drunk, Tommy. And I was like, that's kind of funny. Tommy, you're fucking Tom Hardy. Oh, like that's it. And then Steve Buscemi showed up, and the only bit of satire that kind of worked, they went too far and it was so unfunny, but the idea of, oh, doctors just point this ointment on everything, and the unsanitariness, shoved ointment up a donkey's ass and then in someone's mouth and then on a wound and chapstick and all that. It's like, the satire was there and then they went too far to where it wasn't funny. There was like 3 jokes in the movie that might have kind of worked, and I was like, okay, that you're kind of getting there, and then they just keep going and it's not funny. And yeah, fucking hate this movie! So yeah, The Ridiculous Six. It made me shout a lot, okay? I talked about grown-ups. I forget if I shouted there. If I talk about Jack and Jill ever, I'll shout there. So yeah, I didn't like this movie very much, and I hope you enjoyed the review of it, and I hope you don't actually subject yourself to it. Do yourself that favor. I would give The Ridiculous Six a fucking F. Fuck this movie. This movie does not deserve an inch of mercy. It doesn't. It's like, listen, Adam Sandler's there, Mercy! I called you she poop! And it's like, after 10 years of what you've done, my condition has left me cold, can you please a mercy? And I fucking freeze him, because I'm Mr. Freeze, goddammit. I hated this movie. So yeah, comment below, tell me you thought of The Ridiculous Six. If you've actually seen it, if you went to Netflix to watch it, you shouldn't have, but if you did, tell me what you thought of it, if you liked it. Humor is subjective, and some people will find it funny unironically, that are actually of a high intellect. High intellect people will find it funny because humor is subjective, and that happens. But for the most part, I'm sure no one liked it because he's not trying. He's slapping you in the face. Just admit that. But yeah, comment below if you've watched it. If you haven't, I really hope that this review will make sure you don't watch it and give this movie your time. So yeah, please don't do it. Just enjoy me talking about it in my anger. That's good enough. I feel your anger, Lord Vader. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.